Smarty R, and today we're going to do something which I've been trying to do for ages. It's time to replace the Serpentine belt or the accessory belt. It's the one that gets connected to the air conditioning, condenser, the alternator, etc, etc. So let's get into it. But a big shout out to two new shows, the ramps and a little power socket set. So I won't dilly-dally along. We all know how to take the boot or the engine cover off by now, but I'm just going to go through the motions. Take this time to thank you all for watching, those that are returning and haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm aiming for 10,000 subscribers for this year, which is quite modest for a channel being going about 9 years. If you found the video useful, please give it a like and consider subscribing. So for these little retaining screws, it's a Torx 45. There you go. Glamorous assistant showing you there quite amiably and proving it. Good show. So using my magic stick, holding up the noise reduction and carpet floor mat, we take out the cover, and this is what we're going to replace today. This is the belt. Now sometimes it can be a bit of a clue if it's extra shiny or if it's starting to squeak a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll show you here, this point here. This is a very important point. I'm going to show you from two angles. You need to be mindful that don't use an ordinary socket. You need to have the 12 spline on it. This is the point. This is the area where you have to put the 12 spline 1/2 inch socket on in order to slacken off the belt. This is the belt tensioner. So on there, you push it towards the front of the car, and you'll see when I do it, it releases the tension on the belt. So this is the tool you'll need. So you'll need a long bar, and that's a 1/2 inch socket on the end. So here we go, and get someone to help you with this. You really, it's almost impossible to do it on your own. Get a good purchase on it. Make sure the socket goes all the way in, and there you go. You just see that it springs forward and releases the tension on the belt, which allows you to take it off. So I'll try again, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see. Make sure it sits on the spline nice and cleanly, and then just using a bit of effort, pushing it towards the front of the car, and there you can see quite clearly the belt tensioner doing its job or not doing its job. Little purchase I bought off AliExpress, a little magnetic torch, really useful. It does help illuminate under the car, but having the ramps now, it's like a godsend because I can see a lot more cleanly, a lot more easily what I'm doing, and with the extra light, as you'll see in a minute, it does really help. So I would definitely recommend getting a torch up in there as well if you can. So this is the VBelt cover, the VBelt or the Serpentine belt cover. There's 4 retaining 10mm bolts. They're quite long, about 30mm long. Here's the magic torch. Dun, 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 dun. Now I made a bit of a boo-boo when I went to put it on, which I'll show you towards the end of the video. But I had the camera the wrong way round. But if you follow through with this, you'll actually see how you do it. It's not rocket science. So here are the position of the 4 bolts. Nice and clear, thanks Mr. Torch. Using the cordless ratchet, which was 30 quid off of Amazon, thanks to my son Adam. Cheers Adam. Makes it again a really simple task. You can use an ordinary 10mm socket if you want to. It does get a bit awkward or get tight in there, and as you can see there are some hoses that you'd want to be careful of. I honestly didn't slacken these off at all, so great little tool this. So we're just taking off, as I said, the protective belt cover, Doesn't take long at all, unless you're me and you're farting about a bit. So what you will find very useful is to draw a diagram. So I've done my own. As you can see, it's an absolute work of art. It'll be in the greatest art museums in the world. You'll see it now. It's amazing. But I've also put some photos in as well to show you which direction the belts go. And there you go. Come off nice and easy. There you go. Loads of access to it now. And if you look carefully, if you freeze it, you'll be able to see. But I've done that for you. So here's my work of art. Look. Just so that when you pull the belt off, you know which way round it goes. And guess which idiot didn't even follow his own drawing the first time. I thought the belt was incorrect, but no, I just routed it incorrectly. So here's the replacement. It's not an OEM part. I went on to onto eBay, used the garage feature to make sure it fits my car, and that was it. So this is where you're going to need somebody at the other end to slacken off the belt tensioner, like I showed you at the beginning. And me being a bit of a bit nervous, didn't want to get my fingers trapped in there in case my colleague, who I had lots of trust in, slipped. I didn't really fancy having half a finger chopped off in there. And then just wiggle it off the various belts and pulleys. And that's it. Quite easy. Ta-da! So yeah, you're going to need to just refer back to the drawings when you put it back on. I'm just checking all the various pulleys and tensioners now, just to make sure they are not suffering from any bearing damage. And here we go, just checking the belts are the right size, even though I didn't believe it because I routed it wrong. And I thought, why is this so slack? Even with the belt tensioner back in its normal position. So again, I'm going to show you this twice. It'll be repeated. I drop it down from the top. Let gravity do all the work, I say. Why try and feed it up? Make sure it sits in the grooves, so the groove sides really fit in snugly. And I'll show you again now with a bit of a better close-up. Here you go. Drop it down in between the gap. That light up torch doing its job. Just slotting it on there, and then this is the bit where I start to record how to do it, but some idiot had the camera the wrong way round. But again, follow your diagrams, which I've again repeated here for you. Now this is for the 900cc turbo engine, not the 999cc non-turbo engine. I'm not sure if there's much of a difference. It'll be the same sort of process, I'm sure. And here we go again. So that's what they look like when they're on. That's how you route them. Take photographs as you go. So that was it, all in all. It took me about 30 minutes, but finished. Cup of tea time.